Hello, 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 my friends. Good evening to you all. Nice to see you today. Today is Thursday, Thursday, the 30th of May. We are coming to an end of the month of May. So it is very nice to have this chance to be here with you. As promised, on Thursday nights, we are going to do a more advanced English class focusing on phrasal verbs. This past Tuesday, I unfortunately wasn't able to make it for my beginner level class, so I'm sorry about that. But it's good to be here with you on Thursday discussing phrasal verbs. Got a good turnout here, people connected on Instagram. Remember, if you haven't done so already, be sure to change your notifications so that you get alerted whenever I go online. My plan is to connect here with you all every Thursday around this time, around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 or 6:30 in Colombia. So, my friends, tell me, where are you from? I always like to know this. You can tell me saludos desde wherever you're from or wherever you are living right now. I'm always excited to see from where my followers are connecting. Last time we had people from Europe. We had students who are living in Spain, students who are living all over the United States, people from South America, etc., even from Asia. I've had some students connect from Singapore and places like that. That's the beauty of the internet. We are able to communicate in ways in which we never could before. All right, it looks like here we got some people from Mexico. Victoria's from Colombia. Very nice. Sula Diaz is from Costa Rica. Pave Maga is from Argentina. Someone living in New Jersey, California, Colombia. Chiapas, Mexico. Carlos, all right, great to have you. Deli Cordova is from El Salvador. It's a beautiful country going through a lot of changes, and I know things are going well there now in El Salvador. Someone from Guatemala, very nice. Okay, excellent. So we're really all over. All right, now here's an interesting one. All right, Maris Matheson says, I am from Venezuela, but I'm in Iceland. I think you may be the first person I've had connect from Iceland. So that's a nice change. All right, my friends. Well, again, thank you very much for being here with me. It's a great honor to have this opportunity to work with you all. So last time around we were together, we went over some phrasal verbs. And I guess maybe a way to start is when I say phrasal verbs, es un verbo compuesto. I want to put one up here on the screen. Whoops, sorry, that's not right. Let me try this again in my chat. I can't type. I'm going to put one up on the screen to just give an example and diagram them a little bit. I know that we've talked about phrasal verbs before, what they entail and what they are not. So again, let me put one up here on my screen so we can see that. So here's an example of a phrasal verb. Call off. Call off. Does anyone know what call off means? Call is llamar, right? Llamar, hacer una llamada, call, and off is afuera. But what do we think this phrasal verb together here means? Call off. Can be kind of a tough one, I know. Oh, someone from Colombia, very good. All right, Pita Gate is from Chile. All right, someone wrote cancelar. Good. Could be that. Call off is cancelar. Not a bad translation. What's another way we can say call off? No ir a trabajar. That's different, though. That's a good one. No ir a trabajar. Or finalizar la llamada realmente no. It doesn't really mean that. That's a good one, though. I like no ir a trabajar. That one is going to be call out. Call out. This is like, hey, I'm not going to make it to work today. Call out. So a little bit different there. But let's diagram the sentence just very quickly, right? I am going to call off the wedding. I am going to call off the wedding. And you made a good guess. It's got nothing, no tiene que ver con una llamada, right? It's not involved in that. I am going to call off the wedding. This is like call off is hacer la decisión de terminar y también difundir ese mensaje. So todo el mundo va a saber que yo no voy a tener la boda, right? That's kind of what it means. Phrasal verbs work this way. We have ourselves a verb, which is call, and then we have a particle, which is off. Sometimes these things can be split. You can divide a phrasal verb. You could say, for example, I am going to call the wedding off. So let me put it here. You see here one, I'm going to call off the wedding, but you could just as easily say, I am going to call the wedding off. This has the same meaning. Nothing changes here. It means exactly the same thing. Again, I'm going to call off the wedding. I'm going to call the wedding off. No difference at all. But the wedding is a noun, the wedding. So if we want to change the wedding and instead use a pronoun like it, then we can't change it. You could say, I am going to call it off. I'm going to call it off. This works, right? This is perfectly fine. I'm going to call it off. But what you cannot do in this case is put the particle at the end. You cannot say, for example, I am going to call off it. This doesn't work in English. I'm going to call off it. Can't say that, grammatically doesn't function. Okay. We need the pronoun, whether it's he, she, it, in between the verb and the particle. Okay. In between the verb and the particle. Good. Now, while we're doing that, I want us to think of some other phrasal verbs here in the chat. So go ahead in the chat, write up for me any phrasal verbs that you think are troublesome or that you've heard before or that you would like me to explain. Go ahead and write in the chat any phrasal verbs that you would like to improve your usage, or you want to see, you want to have an explanation as to what they mean. So we had another one earlier, which was call out, but we also had call off. So here you have two different phrasal verbs. Oops, I'm sorry, that thing got all twisted up. Call off, call out, and call off. Let's put it here in the chat. Call out and call off. Two different phrasal verbs, totally different meaning. So what are some phrasal verbs that you would like to work on? What are some that you think are tough? Unos verbos compuestos que tú quieres que yo les explique, ¿sí? All right, here's a good one. Sukampa wrote head off. Very good. Head off. Now, this is a tough one, right? Head off. This one has to do with kind of changing the direction of something, changing the direction of something. So head in English is like, obviously, la cabeza. But head is also the direction you are going. And if you think about it, you say, I'm heading off. I'm heading off, right? So I'm heading towards this way, off meaning this way. An example of a sentence could be like this. I am, or how, let's use the police. The police are going to head him off at the intersection, let's say. The police are going to head him off at the intersection. So what do we think this sentence means? And that's a very good phrasal verb, by the way. Sukampa, that was well done. The police are going to head him off at the intersection. What do we think that means? Any idea? This is a tough one. They're going to head him off. If you're not sure, that's okay. You can tell me in the chat, right? I don't really understand. This one's too difficult. Head off is your phrasal verb. Again, let's type it here in the chat again. To head off. La policía lo está llevando, siguiendo. Yeah, this is a tough one, right? This is a tough one. Very good. To head off. To head off. Now, basically, yeah, the policía lo sacó. That's a close one. That's a close one. Remember, it's future tense. The police are going to head him off. Man, they're going to head him off at the intersection. They're going in the other direction. Now, that's a good one. That would be a little different, though. I think a good translation here would be like to intercept. To intercept. How do we say that in Spanish? To intercept. Para interceptar. Interceptar. They're going to interceptar y bloquearlo. Es más like lo va a pasar. La policía lo va a interceptar y bloquear. Algo así. Ellos van a prevenir or bloquear su viaje. So he headed me off at the store. That's kind of weird, but it works grammatically. He headed me off at the store. Me bloqueó. Me vio en la tienda y me paró, me bloqueó. And if you think about it, right, I'm heading somewhere. And off. So it's like they blocked me. They intercepted me. Good one. That's a good one. All right. How about what's another one that we got here in the chat? What are some other ones? Give up. That's a good one. Give up. One of the earlier phrasal verbs that we learn, to give up. This just means to quit, para rendirse, but it can also mean para entregarse. So you can say, for example, I gave up the fight. Or you can say, my friends gave me up to the, we'll use the police again. Why not? Let's use police. I gave up the fight. My friends gave me up to the police. So we have here the same phrasal verb, but based on the context, they mean different things. In the first one is yo, no, ¿cómo se dice? Yo rendí or yo renuncié. I stopped fighting. Yeah, renunciarse. Very good. But the other one is entregar. Mis amigos me entregaron a la policía. So this is one thing that's important with phrasal verbs. We have to be aware of context. We have to be aware of context. Heads up. Heads up is not really a phrasal verb in the same sense, unless you think of it as kind of more of a compound verb, heads up. I guess you could think of it as phrasal if you wanted. You could say, for example, he heads up the department. You could say that. And this means él es el líder del departamento. But you don't really need up there. That's just kind of a, that type of up there is more of kind of like maña de un nativo. Instead, you could just say he heads the department. And that doesn't change the meaning. He heads the department and he heads up the department. Él es el líder del departamento means the exact same thing. So that's a good one. That's a good point, though. I like that comment from Caro about heads up. Okay, excellent. All right, any other phrasal verbs before I kind of get into a few that I think are going to be fun? But I want to make sure that you all don't have any that you're really, stuck on, or ones that you really are, you want the extra work on. Any other phrasal verbs that you find particularly troubling or work? Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. It's a good one. Phrasal verbs are tough, that sometimes for native speakers, pues yo explico eso en español. A veces para los nativos no nos ocurre esos verbos frasales hasta que los encontramos. Sí, hay miles y miles de esos verbos en nuestras cabezas y pues muchos de esas no son tan académicas, o si estamos tratando de hablar en situaciones formales, no las usamos tan seguidas, porque a veces hay una manera tal vez menos poética y más científica para expresarnos, y por eso los verbos frasales tienen que ver más con el día a día. Lo importante para ustedes como estudiantes de inglés es entender que si estás comunicando con nativos de inglés, van a escuchar esos verbos compuestos todo el tiempo. Y se puede confundir mucho porque depende del contexto, el mismo verbo compuesto puede significar cosas distintas. All right, very good. So while we're on that, my friends, tell me, what are some other phrasal verbs that you would like to have me explain? All right. How about what do you think? Move on. I like this one. Move on. This is an intense phrasal verb. A lot of depth of meaning to this one. Move on. Move on. Anyone, any idea what move on means? It's a tough one. If you're just joining us, by the way, please remember, change your notifications so that whenever El Profe Gringo se pone en vivo, you get some information so you can connect here with me and we can be here with each other. I know on our phones, we get those little pop-ups that say, well, there's a phrasal verb for you, pop-up. We get a little pop-up that says, someone and so on is live. So if you change that on your settings, then you can know when our classes are. And the plan is every Thursday around 7:30 Eastern time. All right, good. Move on. Superar algo, continuar algo, pasar a lo siguiente. Caro, that was close. That was close, Caro. Sheris wrote continuar. You're not wrong. No están equivocados. You're not wrong, but there's more to it. Sandra wrote mudarse. That would be more like move in, Sandra. Move in, not move on. All right, how about this? I had a problem at work, but I moved on. All right, here's a sentence for you. I had a problem at work, but I moved on. I moved on. What do you think that means? I had a problem at work, but I moved on. What am I saying? Moved on. This is a tough one. I had a problem at work, but I moved on. I was ready to move on. Me cambié. Superar, solucionar. Close. We're getting close. Continuar. No, not really. See, and another thing, ese es un problema. Ese es un problema porque dejarlo, dijo señor Cordova, arreglar. Lots of good verbs in Spanish, but we're not really getting at the meaning. Les explico, all right? Seguir, adelantarnos, close, close. Someone wrote move on is resolve. Not really, sort of. Kind of, Mario, kind of. Seguir adelante, that's kind of close. Somebody give me some good Spanish to describe the concept of moved on. Pero lo dejé pasar. Yeah, not really. Kind of. All right, so this is what it means. Move on. Move on is your phrasal verb. Let's put it right here. Move on. This is a powerful phrasal verb in English. Voy a explicar primero en inglés y después en español. Eso significa muchas cosas. Primero, hubo algo. Siempre hay algo. No hacemos move on con nada. Hubo algo molestándome o causándome algo negativo. Y decidí terminar mi preocupación con la cosa y ir al futuro. Por eso cuando vi seguir adelante allá en el chat, eso es cerca, eso es cerca. But seguir adelante es para mí, eso no captura todo el contexto de move on, para mí, en mi opinión. Move on is like, literally like, you can move on from a relationship. You can say, for example, me enamoré mucho, I was very in love, but I had to move on, right? Yo tuve que dejar esa relación en el pasado porque estaba causando un problema. We don't really move on de cosas buenas, right? Si la relación es buena y separamos, I mean, I guess you could move on, meaning tú paraste de pensar en esto, tal vez. But the idea is something went wrong, and I have to let it go. Es todo eso. Hay algo negativo, tuve que dejarlo y ya estoy bien. So, si los hablas en pasado, significa que terminó. So, yeah, superar. I like this one. Superar, not bad. No es tan mal superar. Superar es muy preciso. Like, superar en inglés para mí es más overcome. So you have here, for example, superar. Superar, un verbo muy bueno en español. I think the better translation of superar is overcome. Overcome. And move on and overcome don't really mean the same thing, in my opinion. Because superar implica como algo, no sé, que lograste algo, ¿no? Ustedes me dicen, superar es like, yo superé ese problema, right? Ahora ese problema, ya estoy mejor que ese problema. And in English, move on doesn't really mean that. Overcome does, right? I overcame my problems, right? Ahora mis problemas no me afectan. Move on is like, mis problemas no me molestan. No sé, es difícil explicar. Es sutil. Y para mí, overcome y move on no son las mismas cosas. Get over is a good one. Get over and move on are both phrasal verbs. Let me put them here in the chat. That's a good example, though. Maria, right here. Get over and move on. These are somewhat more closely related. Move on is literally like something used to bother me and now it doesn't anymore. Si quieren decir superar en español, like, okay, yo lo acepto. But para mí, superar es más overcome. Vaya un traductor, si están de diferencia, pon overcome y move on en un diccionario. Yo quiero ver si ponen esos dos en un diccionario, si encuentran la misma cosa. All right, good. Cambiar la página, eso no está mal. Cambiar la página, olvidar ese problema, seguir adelante. Sí, más o menos bien. Okay, good. Very good. All right, move up. Move up. This one's pretty simple, really. This one's avanzar para mí. When we say move up, we're advancing, avanzando. Robert wrote, move on es ya pasó y ahora estoy bien. Y la verdad, esa última no estoy de acuerdo. No es que estamos bien, es que estamos, ¿cómo explico? Estamos como neutro. No sé si neutro, bien es la misma cosa, tal vez sí. Pero para mí bien es bien, cosas buenas. Move on es like, not, ahora no me afecta más o no estoy pensando en eso más. Sí, está bien. Seguir adelante, sí, más o menos. Seguir adelante. Okay, Daily wrote, there's no literal translation in Spanish. Okay, muy bien. Eso puede ser. Puede ser, move on to the next question. Yes, very good. Someone wrote here, move on to the next question. Sí, así es. Make it flow, the problem. Yes, that's a good question, and that's about right. Hello, Jackie. Nice to see you here in class. Good one. All right, let's do another phrasal verb. I really like move on because it's got some deep message. Get over, right? We can say in past tense, right? Got over is another example. Like, ahora, get over para mí is like, y ahora lo solucioné, estoy bien, o no me afecta más. So when you say in English, I got over the problem or I moved on from the problem, en la primera es like, ahora estoy feliz más o menos o no me afecta. En el segundo es like, ya está, ya no lo pienso, pero tal vez no lo solucioné o algo así. Es muy común usar move on con relaciones, right? I moved on from my ex-girlfriend or my ex-wife, right? Ahora el amor que tuve ya no está y no me duele más. Pero no significa que estoy bien. It's just que no estoy muerto de triste. All right, good. So, ¿algunas más o ya entro con mi lista? Get over. Any other good phrasal verbs you want to put, my friends, here? I'm looking in the chat. I don't see any more. Okay. Looking here in my Instagram chats. So if there aren't any others, then I'm going to go ahead and just pick a couple. Okay. All right. Let's do some kind of simpler ones here. Let me get my list of good phrasal verbs out. We can see where we can go from here. Sorry, one second. All right. How about pick up? This one's pretty simple. Pick up, right? I forgot to pick it up. Right here. What does this one mean? I forgot to pick it up. Any idea? Looking here in the chat. I forgot to pick it up. What do you think we have here? Pick it up. Good. Recoger. All right. Very good. Recoger. I like that one. I like that one. Good. Good. Recoger. All right. Not too hard. All right. How about this one? I have a pickup later. I have a pickup later. This one's a little harder, right? I have a pickup later. Yeah, I always pick up my son at school. Very good. Correct. All right, good. I have a pickup later. Tengo que recogerte. Los recogí más tarde. Pasar por alguien. Now we're a little tougher, right? So what we've done here, my friends, is we took pick up, which is a phrasal verb, right? And we turned it into a noun. We turned it into a noun. And this means like yo tengo como algo para recoger, como un paquete, o se puede ser una persona, right? Puede ser una persona o una cosa, right? También. But that's a good example, okay? Good. All right, so we have a pickup truck. Anyone know what that means? A pickup truck. What's a pickup truck? What's a pickup truck, my friends? A pickup truck. A pickup truck. Any idea? A camioneta, right? Very good. A camioneta. But what type of camioneta? Because you have different types, right? Oh, no. There's only one type of camioneta? ¿Hay más de un tipo de camioneta o solo una? No? A pickup truck, right? So, ese es algo con esa cama detrás y es usado para recolectar cosas. So, ve acá que tenemos en inglés acá un verbo frasal que se convierte en sustantivo, right? I have a pickup later. Sí, tiene a, que es un artículo. I have a pickup later. Pero así se convierta en un sustantivo. Right? So you can say, I am going to pick up my pickup truck at the pickup spot. Here, let's put it like this. You want to see a fun sentence in English that is completely grammatically correct? Take a look at this. I'm going to pick up my pickup truck at the pickup spot. Can you guys say that 3 times fast? I'm going to pick up my pickup truck at the pickup spot. All right, cosechar. Cosechar, that's a good one. Cosechar. I would say sow, or you could say plant. Sow or plant, I suppose. That's a good question, though, Marla. Thank you for that. Outstanding. All right, let's do some others. How about this one is tough. Let's see. Sniff around. No, I don't want to do sniff around. What's a good one we can do? I like this one. I need to hammer this out. This is a tough one, guys. If you guys understand this one, I'm going to be impressed. I need to hammer this out. Hammer this out. Any idea there? Spot means location, ubicación. Spot is ubicación. Voy a recoger mi camioneta en el punto de recogida. Muy bien, Roxo, paso. Muy bien. All right. I need to hammer this out. I mean, this is un poco complicado. There was this. I need to hammer these ideas out. Here we go. Si ustedes entienden esto, yo voy a estar bien impresionado. La verdad, mis estudiantes y mis seguidores son los mejores. Hammer, right? Hammer is martillo. I'll give you that. Hammer is martillo. All right. I need to hammer these ideas out. In Suje, we have point out, which I will get to. Sacar el clavo? Sacar el clavo? What does sacar el clavo mean? I don't know. Sacar de mi cabeza. Sacar es una idea. Construir ideas. Ooh, good one. That's close. It's close. Who wrote that? Kevin. Necesito concretar. Muy bien, Kevin. Kevin, estoy impresionado. Muy bien. So this one right here. Tengo ideas, right? Imagínense, inglés es un idioma bien físico, physical. Tiene que ver con el cuerpo, con la vida real. ¿Listo? Bien. Yo les explico en español. Acá hay un martillo. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So, I have ideas. Pero puede ser planes, puede ser un diseño, right? I need to hammer these ideas out. So we take the hammer, boom, 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 and it's out. So, entonces, yo cojo algo que es tal vez complejo o tal vez no está bien formado y boom, 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 lo pongo claro o lo pongo formado, los pongo bien entendible. So, necesito tomar mis ideas desorganizadas y organizarlas, ponerlas claras. ¿Me entienden? You know, I really need to hammer this out. Think about that. I need to hammer this out. 6 words. All right. Or well, let's make it 7. I need to hammer my plans out. 7 words. In 7 words in English, we can say a lot. We can say a lot. I need to hammer these ideas out. Probablemente estoy teniendo algunos problemas en organizar mis pensamientos. Necesito sentar, esforzarme y aclarar, o me gusta el verbo que usó, creo que fue Karma, es como concretar. No es formar ideas. Ese es el problema con traducir a español. Formar is form, right? And you can say form. I need to form. Eso es diferente que hammer out. Hammer out y form no son la misma cosa. Yo no creo que alguien va a un traductor de Google y pone esa frase. Alguien hágale, vaya al traductor de Google y pone esa frase. I need to hammer these ideas out. Yo quiero saber, porque la verdad no tengo tiempo, tengo mi StreamYard abierto. Yo quiero saber qué hace Google cuando tú pones esto allá. Yo quiero saber qué hace esto acá con un traductor de Google. All right. We could do some things with animals, very common with animals, right? We have, for example, pig out and chicken out, but we also have duck out. Duck out. All right. 3 animals here, my friends. Pig out, chicken out, duck out. All right. Alguien explícame qué significa esos 3 verbos frasales. All right. You can say it, for example, with I am going to, and then all 3. Pig out, chicken out, or duck out. 3 different animals, 3 phrasal verbs. I like all of them. What do you think they mean? I need to, wait, hold on, let's put it here. I'm going to pig out, chicken out, or duck out. Yeah. Necesito desarrollar esas ideas. Well, por eso estamos, my friend. All right. Thank you, Admo the Bando. Convertirme en? No. We got 3 things, right? You can say, I'm going to pig out, I'm going to chicken out, or I'm going to duck out. Los 3 significan lo mismo. Buena adivinación, pero no. 3 cosas muy distintas. 3 things very, very differently. Necesito sacar or no. No. Chicken out. Chicken out es creo como descontrolarse. No, realmente no. Chicken out es como quitar el miedo. No, tampoco. Tiene que ver con miedo. Chicken out tiene que ver con miedo. Let's just start with chicken out, all right? We got 3, and I know we're getting a little confused. I am going to chicken out of the job. Here, let's just go right here. I'll give you an example. We'll do pig out in a minute, but I'm going to chicken out of the job. I'm going to chicken out of the job. Estar aterrorizado? No. Now wait. Acobardarse? Realmente no. Tiene que ver con miedo. Oh, eso es difícil. Eso es difícil. Fantasma dice, voy a apoyar. Yo quiero ver. Voy a apoyar. Eso es lo que cree con el pollo, yo creo. But no, that's not it. I'm going to chicken out. ¿Les explico? No. Now, recuerda, todo tiene que ver con inglés, tiene que ver con contexto. Rajarse, ¿qué significa rajarse? Yo no entiendo ese verbo, rajarse. Alguien explícame rajarse. ¿Qué significa eso? Eso es una palabra nueva para mí. Rajarse. Rajarse, ¿qué significa? Rajarse is to crack, to back down. Realmente, tal vez rajarse es cerca. But I wouldn't say no. I would not say that's it. That's a good one, though. All right, hold on. I lost my StreamYard here very quickly. Let me try to get it back. No, my friend. That's a good one, though. All right, where'd my StreamYard go? 1 second here. I lost my main things. All right, chicken out. Chicken out. Any idea? I don't know why. What's happened here? Here it is. Got it back. All right. Sorry about that. So, rajarse. No, no, no tener miedo. No, no, no. Break up. No. Pagar por todos los demás. No, no. Es lo que significa. Cuando es un verbo reflexivo, rajarse significa give up. Ok. Ok, no sabía eso. Gracias por explicarme. Rajarse. Rajarse es nueva para mí. Tal vez tiene que ver con eso. Ok, les explico. Chicken out significa tener miedo, pero por el miedo no hacer algo. Solo esto. Tengo miedo y por culpa de ese miedo no lo voy a hacer. ¿Sí? Entonces, rajarse es similar. So, I'm going to chicken out of the job. Significa que hay un trabajo o una actividad, yo iba a hacerlo, pero probablemente al último momento tuve miedo y no lo hice. I'm going to chicken out of the job. So, tal vez rajarse no es tan malo. ¿Cómo dirían eso en un frase ustedes? I am going to chicken out of the job. Yo voy a rajarme del trabajo. ¿Así lo diría? Yo voy a rajarme. ¿Así en español? Pues yo no sé. Ustedes me explican. Yo voy a rajar. ¿No es similar a rajarse? Me rajé en el trabajo. Pero I am going sería el futuro, ¿no? So no sería me rajaré. Pues no sé. Esa palabra es nueva para mí. All right. So in other words, I am going to chicken out. Let's go back here. Now, we did chicken out. Oh, eso es en México. Ok, pues entendí. Esa es una palabra nueva para mí en español. Gracias. Now we have here, I'm going to chicken out. Let's do pig out. Rajarse es mal utilizado. Ok, entonces no. Muy bien. So, chicken out, literally. Yo iba a hacer algo, pero cerca al último momento tuve miedo y decidí que no. So, iba a hacer, miedo, último momento, no. Como tres cosas. All right. Okay, muy bien. So no es rajarse. Okay, perfecto. Let's go to pig out then. I'm going to pig out. I am going to pig out. How about let's just do in present simple. I pig out on Sundays. Let's do it like that. We'll write in present simple a little better. I pig out on Sundays. This one tal vez un poco más sencillo, más fácil de explicar que chicken out. So I pig out on Sundays. What do we have here? I pig out on Sundays. This is a tough one. Yo veo aquí el debate sobre chicken out. Es un poco difícil. I pig out on Sundays. Comer como un cerdo. Yes, exactly. Very good. Yo como mucho en los domingos, right? Siempre. But pig out is como sí comer mucho. A mí me gusta la traducción, eat a lot. Pig out is like más like yo como demasiado hasta el punto de causarme un problema. Me estoy engordando tal vez o me pongo como enfermo en el estómago. Pig out es algo como malo, pero puede usarlo como en una forma chistosa también. Like, por ejemplo, en Acción de Gracias ponemos como familia y tú puedes decir, everybody pig out, everybody pig out. Es like están dándole como luz verde de comer bien, comer mucho. No tiene que ver con hambre necesariamente. Alguien escribió, it was Marla, to be famished. And really, no, you don't have to be famished. Comer como un cerdo. Okay, there you go. You got it. Comer como un cerdo. Not too different. All right, now, I think lo más difícil de los tres. I am ducking out right now. This one is going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. Or let's do it put in question form. We'll say, amor, should we duck out of here? Now, I'm adding in some other words. Estoy agregando unas otras palabras para intentar darles el contexto. Un nativo necesariamente no lo diría así. Un nativo lo diría así. Amor, let's duck out. This is probably what we'd say in regular conversation, all right? Amor, let's duck out. Baby, let's duck out. All right. So in that situation, what do you think I am saying? Amor, let's duck out. Estar fuera de mi zona de confort. Robert, okay. This is okay. Close. Close. Escaparse. Not bad. Not bad. I like Robert FMZ wrote something good. Okay, now forgive my Spanish, but escabulirse, salir escondido, esconderse. Sí, sí, más o menos. Estamos cerca. Ustedes hicieron bien con duck out, la verdad. Mejor que duck out que con chicken out. Estoy. No, que eso no está mal. Me quiero escapar en silencio sin que nadie me vea. Esto sí me gusta. Sí, la verdad sí. Eso es una buena traducción. Para mí es como vamos a salir. Puede ser que nadie te ve, pero yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. All right. Vamos de parada, escabulirse. That's not bad. No está mal la traducción. You can duck out. Para mí es más como evitar responsabilidad. Evitar responsabilidad por escaparse or por no estar. So you can say, for example, I ducked out of my meeting. I ducked out of my meeting. Puede significar que tú estuviste dentro de la reunión, pero saliste y nadie te vio. But you can kind of duck out of your responsibilities too. It's like yo me convertí en un fantasma. Yo desaparecí al baño y no tuve que hacer mis responsabilidades. So, I don't know. A mí me gusta cómo ustedes han intentado. Muy bien. Let's duck out. But again, when I see these translations into Spanish, I see, yeah, I ducked out from the party. In solo, pues, dos palabras, duck out, you can say a lot in English. You can say a lot. It means a lot. It has some very, very, deep meaning. All right, here's one, right? Maybe you can try something else with duck, or does anyone have another animal? How about horse around? Horse around. Should anyone have any idea what that means? To horse around. This is a good phrasal verb, right? And I go back to another one with duck, and then we'll call it a night. To horse around. Yeah, escaparse for duck out. It's a good one. It's a good one. All right. To horse around, right? You can say the boys are horsing around. Mudos en la costa. All right, good. The boys are horsing around. What do we think that means? Rondear? Rondearse? Realmente no. Rondear, no. That's a good one, Defi, but no. Correr como loco? Cerca, Jose Córdoba. Very cerca, but not quite. They're not necessarily, no tiene que ver con correr necesariamente. Los niños están, okay, here's a good word. Merodear. Well, I don't know that. ¿Ustedes tienen unos verbos en español? Merodear? This is prowl. No, a mí no me gusta esa traducción. La verdad, no. Pero ustedes me enseñan mucho español. Hay un montón de verbos en español que yo no. Cada vez que hago algo con verbos frasales, aprendo verbos nuevos. Los niños se están divirtiendo. Probably they're having fun. Not necessarily, though. They probably are having fun, but I wouldn't say it's a guarantee. And these translations are tough. To play foolishly? Para mí, los niños acá, if they're horsing around, están jugando, pero un poco duro y tal vez un poco violento, en una manera un poco violento o peligroso, por decir. So, están jugando, pero no es físicamente. Now, you could say horsing around No, para mí estoy pensando. Para mí siempre tiene ese contexto. Tiene que ver con agresivo, están jalando ropa o haciendo como lucha libre, algo así. Tiene que ver con algo un poco agresivo y tal vez un poco peligroso. Normalmente no es una palabra positiva. Es neutro o negativo, right? Uno de esos, horsing around, los niños no sé si están portando mal. They're not necessarily behaving badly. They're just playing a little bit too rough, right? Un poco duro. A little bit too rough. Brusco. I like that word brusco in Spanish. That's a good word. Un poco brusco. Están jugando un poco brusco. Los niños están caballeando. ¿Ustedes dicen eso? Los niños están caballeando. Okay, that's a new one for me. I didn't know that. That's very impressive. Good, my friends. All right. ¿Qué opinamos? ¿Hemos aprendido algo hoy con verbos frasales? What do we think? We've done some good ones, right? We learned about animals. So now we have pig out, duck out, chicken out, horse around. You got yourselves 4 phrasal verbs. Yeah, I like this one. Los niños están jugando rudo. That's a pretty good translation. That's pretty good. All right. Ustedes me enseñaron a mí rajarse. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. What else do we have here? Hammer out. We got hammer out. Pick up. Kind of not one that's too tough. All right. And move on. I really like those. Okay. So we did move on. We did all those ones with animals. Very, very good. Now, there are other ones with animals. Like there's some phrasal verbs we could use with bear, like bear, well, bear with, I wouldn't call that. That's not really phrasal. That's a different type of thing. But there's other ones with animals we can do. No me los grabo. Son muchos. Yes, I know. This is the thing. Yo tengo un libro acá. I have a book here with more than 1,000 phrasal verbs. And the good thing is when I read these, I get reminded of ones that I use because a lot of native speakers won't really have these phrasal verbs in our mind because when we're teaching class to Spanish speakers, we think about literal translations. So like, for example, you guys, ustedes escriben superar, right? So when I read superar, my brain goes to overcome. So if someone who speaks Spanish says to me, hey, profe gringo, how do you say superar in English? I respond overcome. I don't respond with the phrasal verb because the phrasal verb really needs context. Uno necesita el contexto para dar sentido al verbo frasal. Like now, si me darías una situación, profe gringo, ¿cómo dirías un niños están jugando como duro en la casa? Like I could say, horsing around. But we don't really think about them in technical academic ways, especially not when we're translating. This is why when I'm dealing with my advanced students, which you all are, I really try to recommend staying away from translation. All right. It's hard to translate ideas. You can translate words, but sometimes ideas get missed and you lose meaning. Okay, good. All right, my friends. Well, it was a pleasure. Let me put again here for you all my website. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. If you want to contact me for information about the courses that I offer, me and my team, or any other services you might need language related to do with English, that's what I'm here for. It was a pleasure for me to have this class. Remember, every Thursday around this time, 7:30, turn on your notifications so you get a notification that El Profe Gringo ya está en vivo, and that way you'll know you'll have access to our class. We'll go for about 45 minutes an hour every day. It was a pleasure. And remember, on next Tuesday, we are having our class for beginners where we're going to work on pronunciation, some very basic vocabulary. We'll be speaking mostly in Spanish, but on Thursday, do more of the advanced class. Also, my friends, let me put it here. I have a program coming up for beginning students. Now, this really wouldn't be for you all because you guys are a lot more advanced. But if you have family members who are at a lower level, I'm offering a free class. It's free. It's going to start on June 10th. June 10th. It's going to go for 7 weeks, and I personally am going to teach it here live, probably via StreamYard. Let me put it here, the registration. Again, a free class. You don't need a credit card. Don't have to pay, anything like that. So if you want, share this link with your friends who are beginners. This is Inglés desde cero. This is not for advanced students, but family members, friends. Free class starts on June 10th. We'll go for 7 weeks. They'll be with me. Tienen que tolerarme al profe gringo. Espero que mi barba regrese un poco ya en esas 2 semanas para que me veo más como yo. All right, and it was a pleasure. I hope that you all have a great weekend. Now we're here at the end of May. We'll see you next month, next Thursday, same time.